here.
Okay,
Just
go
didn't have
on,
the
Vin. I
copy.
missed about 10 seconds of your conversation.
How much longer until there is a mortal king? One that never dies.
Immortal.
One that never really even cares about the people he's trying to serve. Melissa, I need to know more about you.
More about me.
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Why are you here? Why do you do the things you do?
Why am I here? Because one day, a little sweet girl left the forest of Buckingham and headed to Nilfgaard, thinking in her foolish naivety that she could save the forest. And then I learnt what a wide and big world this is. And I learnt that little things such as silly little forests, little kingdoms, little republics are little fledgling nations, little irrelevance in the grand march of time.
So why do you fight?
I learned of Vilgefortz and his betrayal of the North. I learned of, and it is something that I disagree with, and something I am against, and something that I wish to not see in this world. There is so much I want to see, so much I want to know, and that is why I fight. For what I cannot see and what I cannot know, so I can learn.
I'm gonna have to incite you.
Blind whisper, please, so you won't be able to see. Melissa,
Okay, blind jam roll.
message me. Okay. And Melissa, roll me the appropriate check blindly, please. Close enough. Okay. Renaud, she seems to be telling the truth so far. You don't detect much of any deception in her voice.
Let me insight that as well.
Alright, yeah.
Certainly. 2 against 1, I can't believe it.
Ugh.
Unthar, you're under the impression she is holding back some information.
It's not all of it, Melissa.
This, you've churned with her for too long. You know that this is her way of deflecting some questions.
You're deflecting. We've been down the path too many times. I think now more than ever, being completely honest is your best option.
And are you saying that you have always been completely honest with me?
We want
One
to
of you was called subterfuge, for fuck's sake. And
we
you-
want to at least make an effort.
You're still not answering the question. You're just deflecting again.
I agree with them, though. Wanting to know things makes people go to the library, not fight gods.
And you think in the library you can learn what I've learned? Have you
I
not
suppose.
seen what I have uncovered?
Yes, unfortunately, we have.
Yeah, including that thing on your shoulder.
And who knows what I could do with it? Yet, for now, to even have the chance of experimenting or going on, I would need to remove the obstacle that is Vilgefortz.
What then?
Therefore, does anyone know what's then? Who knows if anyone standing in this room will be alive after then?
I have
You are
plans.
worried about your fledgling little republic here in Novigrad, and yet, for all we know, Vilgefortz could destroy this little republic, could destroy Foltest and his empire.
Dandelion opens
And
the door. What are you doing, Sergeant?
I'm going.
Sergeant, come back.
Sergeant has depression.
I know this is uncomfortable for you, Sergeant, but we all need to be here.
She has a point. I was literally brought here to spy on you guys.
Yeah, you didn't do a very good job.
Dandelion shuts the door tight
And you were shit at it. Good job.
for this weak bard body.
Uh,
And Melissa, I'm not foolish enough to think that you don't have plans for after Voltec is taken out. If there's anyone in this group who's playing 4D chess while the rest of us play checkers, it's you. So you can stop patronizing us.
it's true, we are very dumb.
We don't have 20 intelligence like you.
What if I was telling the truth and I have no plans? And as far as I know, once Vilgefortz is done, then I will have a whole new plane. I will have everything open to me. For now, there is
You
much
still
more
wouldn't leave it
power.
at that. You can you please stop patronizing us?
Well, you want to know everything I ever planned to do? I assume going old and dying is in there somewhere.
I was thinking more of the highlights.
Oh, well, I suspect one of the highlights would almost certainly be watching Vilgefortz die.
Yeah, we already established
Alongside with the slaying of a god. Probably a mixture of some kind of intriguing, destabilizing Nilfgaardian empire to get it back at Emir. What else could I do? I don't know. Go plane hopping? Probably give myself a few extra lives in case people try to kill me.
Hand over the raven.
Why?
It's changed you.
Why are you afraid to?
The Mergen will speak aloud. They seek to deny you power. They fear you, Melissa. The Mergen is saying this all aloud.
Yeah.
And so they seek to strip you from me. I have not acted to influence your mind, merely told you what I see as the truth. You know
We miss our
my
old
agenda.
friend Melissa, not the one prodded by this abomination.
Why don't you tell Melissa what you're planning here? You clearly say stuff among yourselves, acting as if she cannot be trusted.
If this is the limit of the trust, then perhaps our journey is at its end.
Just because you won't hand over the staff.
Tell you what, Melissa, fair trade. Hand me your staff. and I'll hand you my banner.
Your banner is not worthy of my staff. Your book.
Oh!
Oh
Oh!
my
Anymore, though.
god.
The book disappears after you read it.
It did disappear, so you would. So if you give up the book now, there's no guarantee you will, if ever, be able to get its benefits ever again.
I don't have it though.
No, you don't. But you can
Yeah,
give
that's
up. You can
can't.
unattune.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I tell you what, Melissa.
I
You
lost
just-
my
do you have to
eye.
attune? Do you have to attune to the staff? I can't remember.
I do.
I tell you what, I will unattune to the book if you will unattune to your staff.
Oh my god.
And where does that leave us? A half-blind woman and
It
a
leaves us on
ex-saint
even
of
ground.
military.
It leaves us as a group.
And you think the group, without the sainthood of Unthar, and without the strength that the Margam provides me, can stand a chance against Vilgefortz? You do not see what is needed here. Power is what is needed to get past Vilgefortz. And if
There's
you
the
don't have
Norwegian speaking.
no,
Tell me, Melissa, do you even speak for yourself anymore? Does that thing have a hand up your ass as a puppet?
I am just not as naive as I once was. I was shown when a god lobbed a mountain at us on Skellige what power is.
And look what that power did. So I take it you're not willing to unattune then? You're not willing to put a little trust in me? I'm willing to put a little trust in you.
Why would I put a little
Someone I
trust in you
trust
when
almost
you're the one who's
not
dragged
at
me
all.
into this room and accused me of having my mind influenced and not even being for the cause?
We
I
never
didn't say you weren't for the cause. We just don't think you're the same person.
We know
This is
you-
not.
Vilgefortz dead.
Unfortunately, this is not about Vilgefortz. It's about the future of the Northern Realms. The future
There
of
is
the
no future.
What do you mean?
We have to defeat Vilgefortz, and until then, there is no future. You cannot see beyond it.
Do you
not
believe?
even try.
Do you believe that the Lodge of Sorceresses and King Foltest have that exact same mind point? Dandelion certainly doesn't. He sent that bastard kill you with us.
The lodge doesn't. They're
No,
always
they
thinking-
do not.
You're the
But-
smartest person I've ever goddamn known, Melissa. I know you don't think in the present.
We need you. You.
And you need me whole.
Exactly.
We need to know where your allegiance lies. Do you
My allegiance lies with this party and lies with the defeat of Vilgefortz.
completely?
Completely.
Then we're going dead.
Well, might as well let her know then.
Well, well, it's also time for insight checks.
That as well.
He's gullible.
Evil. I'm pretty sure you know my conditions and what kind of roll to roll by now. Let me just check with you, Evil.
I would also like to ask for divine intervention to determine if she's telling the truth.
I will let you roll a divine intervention. Will he finally roll a 19 or below?
Will he finally? One more level, baby. Hey, still one of the shittiest goddamn abilities in the game.
You see, Unthar think really hard and just gives a spasm. Like, eh.
Little you worthless cunt.
Okay. You two look at her. Reynold and Unthar. She's withholding truths.
So you continue to lie to us. God, this is getting old.
Melissa, why would you align yourself so heavily with the Lodge of Sorceresses?
To be clear, she does seem to have been telling the truth about aligning herself with the party and defeating Vilgefortz. But yes, she is withholding truth, you think, in some way. You're not sure where, though. Proceed. Did I disconnect again?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just thinking? Okay.
I'm waiting. Unless I missed something.
Ben's quiet. Your mic broke.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's back. Okay.
It's
So,
just
Ben asked, why have you aligned yourself so strongly with the Lodge of Sorceresses or something like that?
You assume that I am aligned with the Lord of Sorceresses, yet I could be using them for my own means.
somehow I doubt that.
They use me just as much as I use them.
Are you using them, Melissa?
As much as they use me.
Shit, meant to blind roll that. God damn
I'ma
it.
delete that. Bye-bye, 24. Okay. Okay.
Fuck's sake. Oh,
Plus 13, by the way.
Go
So
ahead. Okay, and then go ahead and tell me again, Melissa. You think she's telling the truth, Unthar. Renaud, you can't get a good pulse on it.
Then are
she
you?
didn't answer the question, did she?
It's a pretty simple question. We didn't even need to insight that one.
yeah, I don't know why.
She said she's using the lodge as much as the
Yeah,
lodge
she's
is
using the
her.
Lodge as much as the
Not
Lodge.
even really an answer.
Then are you okay with not following their directions, quote unquote, and going to the mountain?
If I am outvoted 3-1, then we will be heading to Eden. I think it is not a particularly sound tactical decision.
There's not
Huh?
just that. We have a plan. And when it comes to it, we need you to be with us, not the Lodge.
Well, you may as well tell me your plan, and then you will murder me if I disagree with it, or I'll go along with it.
Now is the best time to tell her.
Go ahead. Let her know.
You got this, Renaud.
I'm sorry, Melissa. I don't want to be here right now. Dandelion, you know the plan better than I.
Melissa, we plan on killing Foltest.
Seems like a sound tactical decision. Removes the only potential opposition on Unifier of the North. Though you cannot kill Foltest until Vilgefortz is defeated.
Yes.
The plan would be to lure him into Novigrad by sabotaging his castle. I will be assisted in doing so. We will lure him here, and we will use that to lure Vilgefortz. While your party kills Vilgefortz, Foltest will die publicly by Vilgefortz's assassins. In private, I'm going to help my mercenaries and I. And we are going to go to Foltest, and we're going to kill him and every last one of his blue stripe protectors and Triss Marigold.
And you think this will make for a better North in the end?
Reuven will be taking over Temeria. He has considerable influence here from his time from his time ruling Novigrad. As one of the last of the nobles from Redania still alive who have survived the purges in Redania by Foltest in the last month, I will take the throne of Redania. We will have an ongoing agreement to keep Novigrad a democracy. Sergeant Subterfuge would use his stabilizing of Edirn to help keep it whole and protect it from any influence from outsiders, and he would help set Edirn back up.
And Kedwin?
We honestly do not have a plan for that. We don't gain or lose anything from doing this, as Kedwin is already in chaos, and our only hope is that Sergeant can command Edirn into leaving Kedwin and convincing Kedwin that Vilgefortz is the greater threat here. We hope to hold peace between the two nations at least until the end of the war.
Make some tactical decisions on their own independence.
Dandelion does have his lyre in his hand.
And this, and if I align with this effective, well, coup d'etat, I would end up being removed. Well, you're probably going to have to remove the Master of Lodge Sorceresses as well. Because I expect they would not be taking this line down.
They would likely oppose my ascension along with Reuven's. The Lodge has never favored democratic rule in Novigrad, and they have never favored Reuven ever since he and Philippa Eilhart had a falling out. Melissa, my mage friend here, is going to use Detect Thoughts on you. We are going to find out if you are going to betray this plan. If you are, we will kill you.
Just to add on as well, they would also try and kill Unthar.
They have plans to kill all of you.
Of course they have plans to kill all of us. That has been obvious since the start. After we kill Vilgefortz, we'll be the most powerful independent people in the entire North. It would be a fool to let us run wild.
They plan on taking over my church, essentially.
Then will you
Which
please,
I know to you probably doesn't matter.
Then will you please let my mage, my sorcerer friend here, use Detect Thoughts on you to find out if you are truly on our side, and will you please fail to save against it? No,
so it's fine if your mage enters my mind, but I'm not allowed to hear the whisperings of my item.
I don't have any stance on your item. I just need to make sure you won't betray this plot, because if any word of it gets out, then we will all die.
There are selfish reasons for you to join us as well.
I have no stake regarding your staff.
And as of right now, I don't
assume
care.
if I refuse to let you see and read my mind, you'll assume I'm against it.
Yes. I'm sorry, Melissa.
We would have no other choice.
I can't leave Priscilla behind. I have a baby coming.
Give me a minute. I will put the staff down. Not disconnect, untune. I'm just going to put it down so I'm clearly not attempting to cast. Oh God.
You can see why the discussion took so long without you, Evil.
Yeah.
This is the most political PvP I've ever seen.
Bet you guys didn't think I'd throw you at this tonight.
I felt like when it
I
comes,
feel like we've been building to it for quite a while.
I feel like with the tensions between Melissa and the rest of the party, something like this was
I was definitely expecting this to happen at the end of Vilgefort's fight, very much of when Melissa was done at the end of it, and something happened then. I was not expecting it to occur now. I had very little. And the biggest thing is here. What? If I attempt to cast a spell, there are definitely 2 counter spells.
3, probably. This guy as well.
Well, I wasn't even including Dandelion. I don't know. I was because you clearly got the mage.
Yes,
I have it as well.
You don't have counter, so don't even try that shit.
Clerics don't get well, you got dispel magic at most.
Dispel magic, sorry, yeah, my
On
brain.
the other hand, if Melissa wanted to spite you guys, I'm pretty sure Meteor Swarm could take out at least half the people in this room.
Yeah. Well, alternatively, I have the ultimate thing. I can literally just. I've got
We
wish
can
and
counter-
time stop access.
We can counterspell your 9th level spells too.
But if you succeed on the save.
Yeah.
Well, not a save, but a check, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not exactly an easy check.
Well, it's not hard either.
It is hard. It's plus. You've got a +5. You've got
with
a.
3... Okay, let's not talk about this.
You'd only have 2 shots at it because I could counter 1.
Think about your fucking RP. I don't care.
I know. And
That is part of our RP.
right now there's part of me that wants to keep the character, finish the campaign, go the whole way. There's also a part of me which is like, is this where she's supposed to end? I'm trying to figure out her response.
Take your time, Evil.
Yeah.
Like, just
geez.
always know that we're bros on the outside.
Oh yeah, I've loved every moment of this. It's been great.
If you do decide to end, I have so many meta questions. That I
And
wanna ask.
even if it does come to Melissa dying, Renaud will still cry for you.
I actually wonder if
Not sure if that's
whether you'd
reassuring.
resurrect her when it's all said and done, after she can do no harm. Is the other thing.
When you can't fuck stuff up.
Like,
Like, you
actually, I have a resurrect idea. Should you make that decision?
Well, it would be a. You'd resurrect her post. Like, you take the staff away, after you've killed Foltest, killed Vilgefortz, you resurrect Melissa. And
Well,
then
we did resurrect Reuven. Reuven's alive right now.
Reuven is alive.
So I guess you could say death isn't permanent, but we still like to pretend it's permanent.
Well, no, but this would end my character's campaign.
It would.
Yeah. Like, you guys could go ahead and resurrect Rowan after this campaign. It won't impact how you guys finish it. Like, she's not joining you. You know?
Hello.
This
I'm
is
a 19th level bard now.
Oh my god, he had a spear!
It's actually Universe 2 Rowan where she's hot.
Yeah.
Ew, no.
Don't you remember Destiny Universe 2 Rowan?
Yeah, but I didn't think of her as hot. Gross.
I mean, did you see the art?
Listen, I've had to deal with residents who didn't bathe like Rowan does, and they're gross.
Ugh. During the silence, Sergeant kind of would be brought back to when his memory was like, he was raped in the head, basically.
Oh my god.
I don't know a better way to put it. And he would say, I would propose, I know how horrible getting your mind read is. As an alternative to this, unattuning to the staff would be as good as this to me.
No, it wouldn't, because she could still lie. Even if the staff hasn't influenced her thoughts, she could have her own agenda.
Sergeant, I know how you feel about psionics, but we have no other choice here. We need to know where her allegiance lies.
Sergeant's gonna get on the throne and kill all psionics.
Oh god, yeah, that's banned.
Oh yeah.
Banned.
Mind reading? That's a band.
Mystics are OP, so Sergeant bans them.
I would say a zone of truth would be enough, But in all honesty, she's proven very good at dodging the truth while not lying.
Oh yes, she doesn't flat lie. She gives a lawyer's answer.
She's so smart.
She's so smart.
She's so smart.
Aye, just Unthar clutching his head like that robot from Power Rangers.
Exactly. Oh, I have an idea. Hold on.
As you see a tear roll down Melissa's,
Oh no.
the sad truth comes to it. My mind is my own.
Oh no.
And as far as I can tell, it does not matter whatever I seem to say or what I do. There will always be doubt about me. You could read my thoughts for all time. But then if I change my mind. And anyway, is it true that we have come to this? That the only possible conceivable way you can trust me is to read my mind? Is there no alternative that you can propose? Do I need to
Julian.
answer a question flatly? Would a zone of truth, if I answered the question directly, be fine? Instead of dodging? Or is that not good?
Let me just read the spell. Let's make sure that.
But otherwise... No, I'm saying this.
Oh. Wow.
But otherwise, I guess it'll be goodbye.
Oh no.
There's gotta be an alternative.
Zone of truth would technically work as long as she gives a flat answer and does not evade.
We need more
Zone
than
of
Zone of
Truth.
Truth, though. What if she does evade?
If I do evade, then you just stab me.
I mean, yeah, she's kind of implying that she's happy to
Here,
enter.
I'm going to pick up the
Zone of
staff
Truth.
and I'm going to throw it to Dandelion. I can't cast most of my spells.
The staff gently crows, looking at Dandelion with the evilest eye possible. He
Give me
carefully
that.
turns it away from him. He hands the staff to Sergeant.
Going in the bag of heads.
I will warn you,
The
Sergeant.
staff will resist, as it will cling to the tip with its beak.
Sergeant,
You shove it
I
in.
will be needing that back.
I know, I just don't want it influencing right now. It's a sneaky little crow.
You feel the bag start to shake, Sergeant.
Oh my god.
It's
Okay, I'm
eating
just
all
gonna
the eyes
sit
in
on this
there.
thing.
No, stay in here, Sergeant.
I don't want to hear the answers.
Shut the... Sergeant, if I have to be here, you have to be here.
Sergeant hates feelings.
So Untar looks at Melissa and says, "I'm more than happy to cast the Zone of Truth. But before you go in, I know that you and I have not been on meaningful terms lately. And I do miss my old friend. So before you enter, I do hope that you don't find
You
me
sound
too
so worried.
I am worried.
Look, Melissa,
I'm not let's put it this way. Killing you won't lose me any sleep at night for who you've become. I will lose sleep over killing the person you used to be. And with that, I will cast Zone of Truth.
Will you fail the save?
For Zone of Truth, yes.
Very well. Okay, make sure to turn it back.
Yeah, I just turned it off.
But he
I
did.
mean,
Can you ping Zone of Truth in, please?
Yeah, I'll just do it.
I'm pretty sure I'm aware that half truths are fine, but
You
like
can't
it's
speak a deliberate lie. Yes, you can
Yeah.
avoid answering questions. And you can be evasive as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth. Okay.
yeah, but it's kind of like a catch-22. You really can't be evasive
Yeah.
because we'll know if you're being evasive.
Yeah. So you intentionally fail to save.
Yep.
Others are much more circumspect and much better in their questioning than I am. I will leave it to others. We have 10 minutes. Technically, we can
Dandelion
freak
will
out
enter
to
the
a
zone of
million
truth,
goddamn times.
and he will fail the save intentionally. I think it's best we all put our cards on the table here, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I'll walk
Except
with it
you,
now, dude.
Felipe. Except you.
You stay the fuck out.
And you also keep your mouth shut. We don't care.
He puts a single index finger up to his lips, like a shh.
Yep.
The mage looks awkwardly. You'll sit down.
Go sit
I
down.
don't respect you.
I don't respect you.
Oh,
It's mean.
I don't. Please don't eat me.
All right.
Okay, I have to know while we're in here.
Better
Yes.
not be some gag.
I will DC if you pull some gag right now.
Do you actually have a missing eye, or is that just a trick?
I will shape up the eye patch.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh, Jesus.
We literally saw her.
I just
Saw the
every
bird
time.
and eat her eye.
Oh god. The bag starts to shake some more.
All right.
All
ask
right.
your Questions. I have a few of my own, if you want, but they're not
Okay.
important to the plot.
Begin asking your questions.
I will warn you before you start asking. I'm in here to answer the question of whether I will go against you or not. I am not going to answer every question.
That's understandable. Go ahead.
What color underwear?
Oh
That's
my
it. I
God.
said I DC.
All right.
None
Bye,
of your
Cubs.
concern.
It was a good game, everyone.
What color was it?
But,
None of your concern. All right, she's not lying. All right, I just had to break the tension. Melissa,
Hmm.
is your allegiance completely to us, your party? Would you betray the Lodge of Sorceresses if it meant?
Yes. I would betray the Lodge of Sorceresses.
Would you
And
betray
your-
us?
Your allegiance is completely to us.
No, it would not be completely to you. I have myself to think about.
Sure. Is there anybody else other than yourself you would be you would have allegiance to?
Me, myself, and I.
Other than yourself, is there another person other than this group that you hold a higher allegiance to?
Or creature.
Or any object, for that matter?
I would say I appreciate the Morgan's advice in situations. And other than that, there's not really many people I know other than you.
The
Do you even
Mergen
have allegiance
pops
to?
free of the bag as she says this.
Does he say something?
I will
or
hold
we're
out my
just-
arm for the Morgan to land on.
The Mergen will land on your arms. The staff floats beside you.
Does the Mergen have to make a charisma saving throw?
It will fail the save.
Nice. Oh, my cat is causing problems.
Mine too.
Gross. Get a dog.
I kind of hate
Dogs are so much better.
it's not my cat.
So
I
you will not betray
actually
us as
can't
part of
I
this
actually
plan?
can't pet it because
Pardon?
I'm allergic.
Intel?
You won't betray us as part. You won't betray this plan to others, or betray us in the execution of the plan.
Unless the plan causes me to put myself into mortal peril. No.
Can you define mortal peril?
needlessly going into some kind of situation which will have myself effectively committing suicide.
So you would never re-enter this room.
I would re-enter this room. I believe you all are reasonable people, by the very fact that my guts are not already all over the floor.
True, I suppose.
Do you understand why we're doing this?
I think it is a very unorthodox situation, and if you ask if I understand it completely, I do not. I think that I have been upfront and fairly honest with you, and especially in this situation where I have transferred pretty much every piece of relevant information from the lodge. I did even ask about whether Foltest supremacy was intentional, and they said it was incidental. Whether that is a lie or not is unknown.
Do you believe the fact that this very situation has happened will tarnish our ability to work together?
Without a doubt. You have finally demonstrated that my word is not enough, and that you need some form of magical assistance to coerce the full and unabided truth out of me.
Would you hold ill will because of this?
Yes.
Will that ill will cause you to do something?
Ill will, I will do my very best to make sure the ill will does not manifest itself before the defeat of Vilgefortz.
Is there any way we can make it up to you?
I believe you've burned the last bridge.
Truly. Even after everything.
After everything. The fact that you saw cause and need for this situation puts everything under question, under scrutiny.
But perhaps this is the first time we can ever talk to each other face to face without doubt. Is that not
True.
liberating in of itself?
It's not like you're
Not
the
in the
most
slightest.
forthcoming person on the planet, Melissa.
Pardon?
To say that you are opaque and slightly deceptive would be the kindest way that I could put it.
I take offense to that. I believe I am honest where I need to be and deceptive where I need to be.
And an
I do my
opaque
best
and
to make a balance.
deceptive answer right there. You've proven my point. Does everyone have the answers they want?
When it comes down to
No.
it,
I do not have the answers I want.
Ask us.
when it comes down to it, lies are a burden.
No. I believe they are simply clothes. Everyone needs them.
And everybody has burdens. Some clothes are too heavy to wear.
Indeed, but some should always be worn.
I suppose.
My first question is to you, Dandelion.
Yes.
Did you intend to start a dynasty in Redania from the start, or is this just a mere sense of happenstance that you were able to do so?
When I first started this, in the Ides of raising my construct army of skeletons, I did not anticipate ever becoming king of Redania. When Foltest folded Novigrad under his control, I did start to plot it. I was angry, spiteful, and I still am. I've spent my time building democracy here. I first began planning to take over Redania when Foltest forced Novigrad to fall under his influence, and I've been planning his death ever since then, even before I knew he was planning on taking over the entire North.
Then you were slower than I gave you credit for. I assumed you saw from Protest's mere actions that he was intending on invading the entire North, especially from his stance in foreign policy.
We had interacted before, and I had assumed that he did have genuine interest in stability in the North, and more importantly, did not think he would ever have the kind of power to do it. Little did I realize that Vilgefortz would give him the perfect opening. I think Foltest is a subscriber to the big stick philosophy of diplomacy. Have you ever heard of it?
He's the opportunist. He has the biggest stick. He should control the biggest land.
It is a philosophy created by the gnomes of all people long before anyone journeyed here. It's the idea that the most powerful structures will perpetuate, and therefore the societies that will perpetuate are the ones that are the strongest militarily, because there's nothing more powerful than ending a life. Foltest has always believed this to some degree, and I think that he has decided that this is his opportunity to become an unimaginably powerful wielder of an unstoppable stick.
And you think this stick could roll through Nilfgaard?
I don't care if it can fight Nilfgaard or not. I know is that I want the world to be on my terms, as we all do. And I want the world to be democratic. I'm scared. I don't want to be king. Every king of Redania dies, and as do all, but most in Redania have not met good ends.
When was the last one that lived the full life?
Let's see.
Radovid didn't. Vizimir didn't.
His grandfather before him lived a long life, but the others before that, there was rumors of poisonings.
I have to ask one thing. In terms of joining us and remaining with the party, is that purely out of self-preservation?
No. Whether I was with the party or not, my aim to remove Vilgefortz from this world would remain the same. This party is a effective means to an end.
Supposit that Vilgefortz...
Suppose.
Supposit
is like what you stick up a person's butt.
Suppository? I'm pretty sure supposit is a word in itself. It doesn't matter. Suppose that we're able to defeat Vilgefortz. The plan goes on without a hitch. What will you do then?
I have a few things in mind, though nothing is concrete.
You think maybe you'll try to use your magics to help the world, or just explore the stars?
No, she'll use her magics to gain more power.
Power isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can be, for sure. But what would you do with that power?
Power, when wielded foolishly, is wasted. Power should be wielded by someone who knows how to use it, and someone who's willing to use it.
Will you use your power for the better of the North?
Potentially.
Too vague a question.
Yeah. I don't know how to narrow that
Will
one
you
down.
use your power to upset the plan that we will have accomplished?
I have no intention of going around committing more regicide than I already have done.
Oh, phew.
Do you have any plans to cause harm to anyone in this group after Dorgoforts is taken care of?
Depends what type of harm. Emotional harm, almost certainly, as I intend to
Physical.
never see any of you ever again.
Right,
Physical harm,
I
I'd be
won't
very...
be emotionally harmed if that happens. I was thinking more physical.
Physically, it'd be very hard for me to do much to any sergeant, and any physical harm I could do to you could heal within seconds. And that leaves Renaud, who, well, he seemed to take it rather well last time I vented on him.
Don't take that as an invitation.
Indeed.
Can I ask some rather plain questions?
You may.
Melissa, do you plan on informing anyone out of the know about our plan to assassinate Full Test?
Not until the plan has been complete.
Who do you plan on telling once the plan is complete?
I do not know. There may be times when the information is useful as a bartering piece. But there is no person I have currently in mind that I wish to tell the plan of.
He looks around the room. If she tells people that we killed Full Test, your lives would be in danger. Reuven's dynasty would likely fall, and the North would be in chaos.
In that case, you would need to promise that you would not speak of this to anyone, ever.
A promise like that is impossible to uphold.
I agree with that.
Duress, or quite simply any form of mind control could force me to reveal it.
Sergeant, if pro-Full Test forces within Temeria ever got a hold of that information, they might declare war on Kedwin. And on Edirn.
Almost guaranteed.
Indeed. What is to say that you will not reveal the plan if it becomes strategically advantageous for you to do?
I plan on
Awful.
never revealing this plan for as long as I live. Even if Priscilla is threatened, I will not reveal this plan.
And you think Kilyu will follow that?
Felipe
Once the coin
Kill-
runs out?
Felipe Killiu is magically compelled. He cannot speak of anything happening here without dying.
I would be willing to have the entirety of this plan mind blanked when this is all said and done. I think that is probably one of the safest ways.
You wish it to have modified out of your memory?
I think that would be the fairest thing.
I'm not entirely sure we could do that. The way modify memory works, we would
It would
need
have to
at
be in
least,
a recent memory.
we would
And
need
it's
it,
simply not that powerful of a
we
spell.
would at least need a 7th level spell or an 8th level spell. And there's not a lot of spellcasters who can cast that high. Most of
And
them are
then
within
they
the
would have to be
lodge.
privy to the node itself. As
Melissa
well.
could do it, couldn't you? Wouldn't wish
I
for
could.
it?
But then you are putting your trust in me, which seems to be something which is impossible for you to do.
Not so much putting my trust in you is difficult to do, but understanding your machinations and ongoings tends to be my issue.
If she modifies our memory, she could hold on to the memory herself. And then we would be screwed in a few years if she decides to reveal it down the line.
There's no way we can make her go first, because then we'd have to tell her about it again. So
I would probably be secure in Redania, but Temeria would be in chaos, if not result in Reuven being thrown off, killed most likely, and Edirn would likely face war from an angry Temeria, and retaliation from Ahakam. There's a lot of royal people around the northern realms that enjoy Full Test.
Well,
And they would press
perhaps
for
I should
war.
rephase my stance then. I do not intend to reveal the information, unless it becomes essential to my survival.
It's not good enough.
So you're saying anybody with enough grit could capture you?
If they were able to capture me, and I think this information would allow me to be set free and survive, then I may use it for my advantage. But in which case, that is just an act of self-preservation.
I mean, the same is true for all of us. There's a certain
I very much doubt
pride in
that
life.
the Unthar would withhold this information if someone threatened to. It had the power to remove the entirety of his church.
Yeah, I'd give it up.
I'm pretty sure if
She-
someone
yeah,
could
she's
guarantee
right there.
Sergeant security in Kedwin, if he gave it this information, then he probably would as well.
No.
As conspirators,
Then
there's
you
a
are a
certain
greater.
level
Then
of...
you are a greater person than I could ever be, Sergeant.
As conspirators, there's a certain level of trust we must have after this is all said and done. I trust Melissa to do the thing that is in her self-interest, and if she tells us in the zone of truth, she'll only reveal it if... Well, would you only reveal it if it would save you from mortal harm as the only condition for your...
Indeed.
That's not good enough. No. Okay. I'm satisfied.
Melissa, what if the lodge opposes this? What if someone finds out from the lodge? What would you do?
Best to placate the lodge member. Though, if push came to shove, I would almost certainly side with the party, as they are more useful asset in defeating Vilgefortz than the lodge is at this current moment. At
Well,
least to me.
that's all the questions I have.
I don't suppose you'll answer any questions about your little bird, will you?
You can always try, as I'll give you a little sweet smile.
Yeah, I think we've
We
waited.
could ask the bird directly.
Bird won't answer. It'll just talk around it.
It might answer. You can always try.
It did fail
Bird,
the
have you-
charisma save.
Bird, are you corrupting her mind and turning her slowly evil?
Define corruption and evil.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It becomes a contest of
I am not
fucking
magically
definitions
changing
and
her
fucking
mind beyond speaking to her telepathically
And what do you tell her telepathically?
to keep herself alive, to become smarter, learn more. And through her, I will learn.
Yeah, I'm not going to play a game of definitions and talking around.
Is that because you'll
questions.
lose, Master Dwarf?
Probably because I'm fucking hungover.
There is one thing
Um,
we know about evil. It's inherently selfish.
I am what you would call lawful evil. But my lawful evil will benefit your people.
Yeah, we've gotten what we want out of this zone. Anyone else has any other questions, go ahead. But I think it's probably time that we start doing things instead of talking at each other.
I wish to say something before the zone of truth ends.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If you kill my caster, the one who has allied herself, even if it is an alliance of convenience, as I can feel within her mind, you will not be able to destroy me. You will not keep me sealed away forever. I will be the devil in the shoulders of the kings who would oppose you. And if you kill her, I will whisper your secret to the entire kingdoms of the world. No one will not know your secrets.
I will never strike a party member with the intention of killing.
And
And yes, you agree to this.
I know there is only one who can end me, and my creator will never strike me down. Scraw! And with that, the Murrigan will go back atop its perch on the staff and become stony and silent, a wooden carving upon the top. Although you still feel almost as if its eyes follow you.
Now I just want to kill Melissa out of spite. Oh, you don't think we'll do it? You don't think we'll do it?
I think you do, which is the funniest thing as well. It'll be one of those. Right, you're dead, Melissa, and not for any other reason other than spite.
Other than spite.
The greatest way to win, eh?
Well,
Do you have any more questions, Melissa?
No, I believe I am done.
It will hurt when we don't talk anymore.
do you hate us?
Perhaps you should have thought about that before locking me in a room full of enchantments and threatening to murder me if I didn't agree with your plan.
I was just acting tough. I wouldn't have.
You would have.
I can't raise my glaive against any of you three.
The zone of truth is still up, so he
Yep.
at least believes that he's telling the truth.
Yep.
When the time comes, you'll know the true folly of those words.
My truth is in the north.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I am sure, at some point in his life, Sergeant will be forced to take an action against one of us. Without a doubt. And
Not
then,
me. As soon as this is over, I'm just going up in the mountains. God, I'd love to disappear.
and what will you achieve with that? Running away to hide. What does this remind me of? How you were at the start.
Look, when it
Constantly
comes,
on the run. From an evil you could not defeat.
Melissa,
And now, you hide from the power you've gained.
when it comes down to it, what's the point? How much of a legend do I have to become? How many gods do I have to kill before I can finally retire? I'm in my 50s.
I
Indeed.
laugh at you being in your 50s as a dwarf.
Alright, shut up.
And yet, you must consider from my point of view, my story is yet to truly begin.
You guys forget Melissa, for all of her intrigue and machinations, is incredibly simple and straightforward.
How old are you, Melissa?
Do we really have to ask that question?
I'm sorry, I just got curious.
Is this relevant to the topic?
I don't think it is.
Nor do I.
Oh.
I was trying to think of an insult, but all of them would be technically fucking lying. It was so annoying!
Yeah, we can just, deny him then.
Yeah, exactly, that's the idea.
It's like, God,
I'm pretty sure
It's like
15
a-
minutes is
a
10 minutes is
divorced
easily up by now.
this is like a divorced couple that has to live with each other. Excuse
You know
me?
what?
Do we really have to do this?
It's been coming to this for a long time. Glad it finally happened.
Has it though? You could have just left me alone.
No! Not with all your
You would have
fucking-
betrayed us.
Melissa
You
is
honestly
about.
think that Melissa has that little loyalty to the party that she would have betrayed you without a
Yes.
second thought?
I do.
Wow!
I mean, we could
Well,
ask
we'll
her.
point
Melissa
out-
is, like I said earlier, Melissa is very straightforward.
will point out
Will it
Melissa
gain me
just
more
told you-
power?
Melissa just told you the truth in the zone of truth.
Yeah, that's probably the truth now. That doesn't mean it was the truth before
You think
her
it's
life
the
was
truth
threatened.
now because you threatened her with death and forced her to tell the truth, or else she had to have her mind fucking opened up?
Yeah.
Think you changed?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Look,
Gunpoint
If-
diplomacy, boys! You
if
have
this
to.
was
Gunboat
if this was
diplomacy.
if this was IRL and we were like the mob, then it would have been no
The
magical. Maybe we can give you a chance. We would have just had to kill her.
But the difference is, in this world, she can just teleport away the moment you turn around.
Exactly, which is why we need to do this.
You changed her mind with the zone of truth.
No, I don't think the zone of truth changed
I'm not
her mind.
saying it was a bad idea. I'm just saying, why do you think she was going to betray you if she just said in the zone of truth, I would not betray you?
No, I mean, he was saying that it would have been likely. Wait, did I say she would have betrayed us? I said that.
Yes,
I
you
think she
did.
would have betrayed us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said she would have betrayed us without this whole thing going on.
Melissa is to a certain extent, this is not 100% true. It's a yes/no question. Will taking a certain action in the long run gain me more power than not taking an action? If Melissa can betray us to the Lodge of Sorceresses and gain insane power and probably
But she could do that
top
right
of the
now.
level
The
leadership.
moment you turn around, she could teleport away and tell them. Spill the whole
Right,
fucking
but-
beans, all the beans, and nothing
but
but
now
the
that she's
beans.
been in the zone of truth and she's told us the truth at this point. She now probably foresees that she can use her newfound knowledge to gain greater power than if she had betrayed us.
I think you're trying to P equals NP this.
We should-
Quite literally, you. The problem here is the zone of truth is fundamentally flawed. as a
I'm not.
thing. It's out of game
I'm
knowledge.
not taking umbrage with what you're saying. I'm taking umbrage with the fact I think you changed her mind. I don't
Yeah,
understand
it's-
your
it's-
logic.
it's not-
Flo.
I just think the scenario changed. I don't think we changed her mind. The scenario changed.
Okay.
It's
Not
yeah,
necessarily.
the scenario changed, and
A change of circumstances changes her mind, kind of.
exactly, and the cost of that is now she hates us.
Well, no. She now hates you three or you two. Her and I didn't get
I
along.
hate you just
before
as
this.
much. Unta, I
But you
actually had
hated me
respect
before
for
this
you.
point.
I didn't hate you. No, I had respect for you.
Melissa's just ranting this.
Quite literally. You think I've just hate you. The reason I hate you now is because you felt there was no other option than forcing me into a zone where I had to speak the truth. And there was no way you could trust my opinions and my respect. And
That is
Now it comes-
because of the gravity of the situation. I want to ask, would you have not done the same thing? Would you
I
be,
not have done the same thing?
if I was in your seat right now, do you think you could have trusted me?
If I didn't think I could trust you, you would be currently spread all amongst one of these walls.
She's like, I just killed you. We at least gave you the respect of having a chance to give an answer.
So you're saying that since we don't trust you, we should just kill you?
It would be the logical thing to do.
The Morgan cause? Not exactly.
Do you think it would be the honorable thing to do?
No. I think that you guys have the advantage of being able to take a route that I cannot see. You have solutions to problems that I do not even know about yet. But you are asking if I, in your situation, would have sat you down and used the zone of truth. If I'm honest, I probably wouldn't have let this come to the situation, as I probably would have been too scared for a knife through my back beforehand. this probably would have been either gone on a lot sooner, or I quite simply would have removed the problem.
I don't know if we can work together anymore. Not after this.
Nor do I, yet we have to. Because how
Yeah.
else do you think Vilgefortz is going to fall?
Yeah, we can finish off Vilgefortz and be done. I think we can all agree on that.
Every time you've given me a chance and you've tested me, and have pushed, I've always sided with you. And yet you seem to say every single time to push. And you think it wouldn't wear it out. Hmm? The real question here is, Renaud, why are you fighting? You got cured. You never seem to truly care about the North. And you say you're here for us. And if I remember correctly, it was for all of us. And yet, you seem just as willing to sit in the same room as the as the people that would slay me.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Are we done here, Dandelion? I believe we have to get ready to go to Eden.
No, I think we're done here.
I'll drop the Zone of Truth. Like 10 minutes has been up for a while anyway, but no text I could recast pretty frequently.
So, Dandelion, will I be getting to work soon? Yes, Felipe, you will. Felipe is going to start laying down a fake trail of sorts, indicating there's sabotage happening over in the capital of Temeria.
Out of interest,
Yes.
I know. You see, your plan is to lure him here to Novigrad.
Yes.
Does that not make you consider he will draw suspicion to yourself if he is slain in Novigrad? Especially considering you boast probably the most substantial defenses against Vilgefortz.
Reuven believes that Vilgefortz will strike at Novigrad. If we lure him here, we might get more forces, but it also means we're going to lure him against a powerful fortress city. As for coming under suspicion, that's a possibility, but I think there is going to be suspicion wherever this was involved.
Indeed, very true.
And more importantly, I will have control over the entire situation if he's hiding in if he's hiding in my office here, or even in anywhere within the town hall.
Very true. It is a very sound position. Though I assume you plan to make a rather large mess of the town hall as Vilgefortz is
The
going to
town
go through it
hall
to
will
you.
not survive this. Let's just say that.
So at least you thought that far. Then I assume you're just going to use your Redanian heritage to inherit the throne of Redania. And then
I'm going to use my influence, yes. With most of the nobility gone or turned loyal to Foltest, I'm going to use my role here as the leader of Novigrad to exert my influence. Sigmund Reuven is in on this plot, and he's going to help me out in that situation. Reuven feels he will get the better deal with Temeria.
does not surprise me.
I'm sure
Temeria
I
seems
can't.
to be a
I'm sure I can't trust him, but on the other hand, I don't see how Reuven could hold together Temeria and Redania. He shrugs. But maybe he has
Very
something
true.
in mind to betray us all. What do I know? In the end, it comes down to trust, doesn't it?
Indeed. Trust.
Surgeon just laughed at that little
May I
chuckle.
leave?
I don't plan on stopping you.
I'm going.
As I will walk out the door.
Very well. I think that's a good place to end the session there.
I'd say so.